What's up, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Let's Play Ace Attorney Investigations 2. I was about to say Professor Layton versus Ace Attorney, because I'm doing that at the same time right now. And it is also causing me to forget to do old school Ace Attorney stuff that I did in my other Ace Attorney playthroughs, which is presenting my badge. I totally forgot to present my badge to Kay, and I probably should have talked to everyone else in the last video. My bad. I just have to get back into the habit of doing that, because it has been a while since I've done like a straight up Ace Attorney game. But I'll try to remember to do that this time around. So anyway, we've just proved the president that the extraterrestrial whatever laws don't work in this plane, because the incident happened outside the plane, so technically they can't arrest Nicole Swift. So we're continuing on from there. Yes, I know how to pronounce things in English, I really do. Anyway. Ugh. My mic seems to be really lower today. I'm gonna fix that. I yield. I will allow it. My heart is generous. My heart is tolerant and merciful. Therefore, as such, certainly, thus we shall. It is our duty for a most noble cause. Gentlemen, now is the time. I, the president of Zhangfa, for the sake of the investigation. This guy sure likes beating around the bush. He really does. Knightley, we have received the president's permission. Could you return our evidence? Here. Thank you!
You did it, Mr. Edgeworth!
Indeed. Now we can resume the investigation. It's funny how happy you are just because I gave you your precious pieces back. Now let's see how well you use them. Pay attention then. Here is my next move. Mr. President, may I make one more request of you? Would you please testify about the moment of the incident? Testify? Hey, hold on a sec. That's your next move? Isn't that the sort of thing you'd leave to the courts? Naturally, it's a courtroom procedure. However, I'd like to hear what he has to say. If he refuses to cooperate with the investigation, he will have to give a clear reason. Is there something wrong? Knightley, stand down. I shall grant the honorable prosecutor's request. I thank you for your cooperation. Now, heed my words. Samurai versus the lion. Where was I when the incident occurred? Ah, yes, the stage. Then, Rook and Knightley suddenly appeared and stood in front of me. After that, I heard a gunshot and a red balloon bursting. And so, those two attempted to escort me into the plane. But then, the second gunshot. The bullet pierced through Rook's body and struck my bulletproof vest.
If that's the case, then the president's a victim too, right?
It was an assassination attempt. Mr. Rook just happened to get caught up in it, unfortunately.
But isn't it strange? Why would the victim want to interrupt the investigation?
Of course, if this becomes public, it would cause problems. I see! There's still some deep, dark secret behind this case, right? Certainly the president, and perhaps Knightley too, know of this secret. They are kind of being type not about this. Without fail, I shall reveal it for all to see. Alright, let's do it. You heard a gunshot and a red balloon go off. I don't think there was a red balloon. Let's try that first. La 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 la. After that, I heard a gunshot and a red balloon bursting. Do you mean to steal Samurai?
Objection!
A red balloon burst. I'm afraid that's not the case. What? Please have a look at this piece of evidence. Can you see what has burst? Ooh, what is that face? This is What exactly? Oops, I just gave him a German accent. Oops. It's the Steel Samurai Warrior of Neo Tokyo. You do well to remember it. Or Edgeworth's gonna come and get you. If you wish to win the support of this nation's people.
And don't forget the rival show, the Jamming Ninja.
Both totally American shows. Anyway, the balloon that was ruptured by the bullet was no ordinary red balloon. It was a Steel Samurai balloon. But according to the plans, there should have been 2 red balloons. It says so right here, in the security plan.
It certainly looks like there are only 2 round balloons drawn here.
Knightley, what is the meaning of this? Explain at once. Yes, sir. That Steel Samurai balloon was a last-minute replacement. Replacement? That's what we were told. Seems that information didn't make it to the president. We ran into a little trouble during setup last night. One of the balloons that we had prepared burst.
So you scrambled to find a replacement?
Exactly. We just happened to run into a guy manning a stand in the park. Larry? He said he'd lend us the Steel Samurai balloon. He was kind of a poser. A stand, a Steel Samurai balloon, and a poser. We pumped air into its red samurai pants to create a makeshift balloon. Oh, that's horrible! So the Steel Samurai balloon looked just like an ordinary red balloon. Is that what you mean? Knightley, why was I not informed of this? Sir, I'm terribly sorry. I didn't think it was important enough to report. Well, not really. Anyway, couldn't you tell by just looking at it? I did not notice it. So he mistook the Steel Samurai's pants for an ordinary balloon. Was there a reason why you made that mistake? Ooh! What now? A moment, please. I just remember now. I could not see the balloon very well. You couldn't see it? Exactly. At the time, the wind was strong. The flags on the stage were fluttering wildly, and they obstructed my view. The flags? Did you not see the flags that were set up on both sides of the stage? Due to the strong wind, they were waving about, just like this. So a strong wind was blowing at the time of the incident. The flags were fluttering wildly. Is there a problem with that? There is a problem. President Huang, you have my gratitude. Your testimony has helped uncover a new contradiction. A contradiction, you say? Yes, one that turns the very foundation of this case on its head. Turnabout time? During my investigation, there was no wind at the crime scene, so the flags remained still. However, the flags were actually fluttering in the strong wind. Like your cravat, Edgeworth? No. This completely changes the meaning of that piece of evidence. Which evidence contradicts the state of the crime scene? Can I hit? Oh, the bullet trajectory. There we go. Boom! The gunshot rang out during the president's speech. The bullet struck the balloon and also pierced through the national flag. I had previously deduced the bullet's trajectory using these facts. The assassin fired the bullet from the left side of the audience area. However, if the flags were fluttering about like so, my reasoning changes. Uh-oh.
Since the flag's position has changed...
Correct. The bullet's trajectory must also change. Ooh, looks like the bullet's coming from the stage now. And if we trace the trajectory of the bullet, we can tell who fired the shot.
Eh? But Mr. Edgeworth, that person is...
Indeed, I still don't understand why. However, it can be none other than him. By tracing the bullet's path, who was the person who fired the gun? Horace Knightley. Take that. The person who shot the balloon was none other than you, Horace Knightley. What? Connect the bullet holes in the balloon and the flag, and the line points to you. I love this one. This track is great. But that guy's one of the president's bodyguards. Why would he have shot the steel samurai balloon, sir? Preposterous. I agree with the detective. There is no reason. Are you saying Knightley, who has saved my life on numerous occasions, is an assassin? Prosecutor Edgeworth, I've had it up to here with you. My job is to protect the president. Knightley, control yourself. Sorry, sir. Prosecutor, indeed, the wind was strong during my speech. However, the wind's strength can change very quickly. Evidence! Show us evidence that the flag was flying at the moment of the gunshot. But didn't you just make a testimony that it was? Aye, aye. The gunshot occurred the moment the president raised his fist to the sky. The evidence that shows this moment is... Do I have something that shows the state of the flag? Of course you do. All thanks to Kay.
Take that!
The evidence is in this photo. Interesting. And where in this photo exactly? Proof that the flag was flying in this photo is right here. Hit this thing! Hit this thing! Boom! Don't you see? The fluttering flag can be seen in this photo. No. There is no mistaking that the flags were flying at the moment of the incident. So then, it really was that guy who shot the balloon.
That would mean Mr. Knightley is the assassin!
Horace Knightley is... not the assassin. Horace Knightley is... not the assassin. The only thing he shot was a balloon on the opposite side of the president. He wasn't aiming at the president. Why then? Why was it necessary for me to do a thing like that? Depending on your answer, I might take aim at your pretty little head. Why was it necessary? I presume the reason is connected to the one thing that's felt out of place. The one who shot the balloon was the president's bodyguard, Knightley. Alright, we get to play around with Knightley, excuse me. That fact will change the entire viewpoint of the case. Alright, logic time! We're gonna be connecting to Knightley's position with Knightley shooting the balloon. Why was Knightley's position changed? Because I can't turn my head to the right, my position got changed to the president's left side. In other words, I was relocated to the right side of the stage. Was that really the only reason? Something tells me this was staged. If the plans had not changed and Knightley remained on the left side of the stage, Knightley can't turn his head to the right. Would he have been able to aim at the balloon on the left side of the stage? Perhaps the security plans were altered so that Knightley could shoot the balloon. If that's the case... What's this? The details of the security plans were changed. Yeah, that's right. It was changed yesterday. President's orders. The security plans were changed on the president's orders. Alright, now we could connect the assassination attempt and the change in security plans. Because that's all we can connect! In other words, the president knew about the balloon being shot. He knew about the attempt on his own life. If you think about it that way, everything that's been out of place is beginning to add up. Why was the assassin able to get a gun past such tight security? And why was the assassin wearing a conspicuous red hood? Why did they use a laser sight that would so easily reveal their location? Why was the president so calm after being shot? This was the truth the president and his subordinates tried to conceal. There can only be one reason why Knightley fired the gun. The entire assassination was a setup.
Hey?
Huh? How dare you? Do you seriously understand what you're implying with this? Of course I understand. In fact, now I understand everything. Mr. President, you wish to take the investigation rights from me. That was also you could conceal the real truth. How dare you mock me with these spurious allegations? Mock you? That was not my intention. I simply used logic to uncover the truth. That is all. Knightley fired the first shot in order to rupture the balloon. Hearing the gunshot and the sound of the balloon bursting, the audience began to panic. This was followed by one more shot.
Wait, one more shot?
Yes, Knightley turned towards the balloon and pulled the trigger a second time. The second gunshot was also fired by Knightley, to create the illusion of the second shot hitting the president.
So, what about the bullet that hit the president's bulletproof vest?
What if that bulletproof vest had been prepared in advance? Damn, this is some, crazy planet.
What's the matter, Mr. President? Afraid of facing a little bullet?
Hold it! Oh, hold it! That's not true! I was definitely shot! If we examine the bullet in your vest, it would answer the question for us. Will we find Rook's blood on that bullet? But that person in the red hood who shot me isn't in that photo! Weren't you listening, Mr. President? From the bullet's trajectory, the one who fired the shot must have been Knightley.
Then, Nicole?
She too was part of the president's plan. She was to bear the blame and become the false assassin.
The red-hooded figure!
Exactly. I don't know how much of the plan Miss Swift knew beforehand. However, she didn't fire the gun. All she did was aim the laser pointing at the president's head.
That's right!
Once the crowd began to panic, you would turn your parka inside out. And thus, the red-hooded figure vanished. After that, you discarded the gun and security plan in the trash. And the illusion of the assassin vanishing like a ghost, was complete. And with the assassin gone, the case would go unsolved, pal! Yes, that was what he hoped for.
That's why he wouldn't let Mr. Edgeworth investigate the case!
Exactly. All of this was an asinine publicity stunt from a lying president. But you! Ah! Excuse me. Holy crap! Did you just let all the air out of him? No, he's a wimpy lion. Oh god, I don't think I want to do that scream again. You're wrong. He revealed his true form. The assassination is a lie, isn't it? But Chief, why did he have to pick you? This should not have happened. Objection! Excellent! Knightley gets his voice now! Well played, Mr. Prosecutor. I was wondering why he didn't have his voice earlier when he said hold it the first time. Knightley! I'm speaking with the president now. Thank you very much. Uh-oh, horse means business. You're a chess player. You know knights always strive to protect their king. I need a gift of this still. So shut up now. Are you threatening me, Mr. Knightley?
Ah! What's with this guy?
Oops, sorry. I went over the top there. But on to business. As my first move, I want to ask you a question. You say I fired a gun on the stage, right? Then I should have been caught. The entire audience was watching me. I see. Now it's my move. You used a certain object to prevent the spectators from seeing you. A certain object? What did Knightley use to prevent the audience from seeing him? Well, let's look at the wait, no, I think I have the briefcase. There, let's use that. Yes? Take that! Yes, the attach case. Exactly. I'd like you to have a look at this photo Kay took. I'm sorry, that scream kinda killed me. Your right hand is completely hidden by the case. This photo captures the exact moment you secretly fired the gun. You used the attached case as a screen. Objection! You seem to enjoy making up convenient stories, Mr. Prosecutor. But you missed something. What have I missed? that everything you've said is just a hypothesis, a theory. Flags flapping in the wind, using the case as a screen. The security plans were modified because I can't move my neck. You've got no decisive evidence. Yeah, it'd be great if you had the bullet that hit the balloon. Then you could examine it and see if the ballistic marking matched my gun. But that bullet's probably at the bottom of the lake. Finding it would be real tough, right? I hate to admit it, but as he says, there's no decisive evidence. If there's no proof, the only thing you can do is shut up. So do so. Hold it.
Oh, hold it!
Miss Swift. That's it. If she speaks, we could hear new testimony. Hey, lady, you got something to say?
Never mind.
There we go. I thought so. Nicole. Don't be afraid. The truth will escape if you let the man intimidate you. You're a reporter. A journalist, are you not?
I will not remain silent!
You better consider your position. Use your head before saying something you'll regret.
I forgot the #1 rule of journalism. Journalists must not tell lies. You can't call it a scoop if it ain't the truth. Mr. Edgeworth, I'm sorry. I've been hiding this the whole time. I used this laser pointer to aim at the president. That's all I did. I never fired the gun.
You stupid woman. If you testify, you'll be admitting you're an accomplice.
I don't care. I'm gonna tell him everything. 3 days ago, I was covering an event at the Zhangfa embassy. Then some of the president's men called me over. They said if I could cooperate, I'd get an exclusive interview with the president.
And the gun in the trash?
I really don't know. All I was told was to come wearing a red hood and to aim the laser pointer. I never thought it would snowball into all of this. I'm really, truly sorry.
Nicole, thank you. That was a testimony worthy of the courtroom. This is sufficient testimony to verify the fake assassination plot. Damn you! A lot of you! You're all a bunch of mindless morons! It's a shame. If only you had been able to usurp the investigation as planned, you would have been able to silence this young lady. Blast! That's a nice face!
So, tomorrow's headlines now read, Fake Assassination Plan Exposed Becomes a Murder. Right?
I can't believe that you'd do something that's this horrible, pal! I admit nothing. Hold it! The president. Knightley, that's enough. We have no choice but to admit it. Mr. President, you admit that you plan a fake assassination. Yes, I admit it. I'm sorry.
But why? Why did you have to do this?
My approval rating in Zhangfa have fallen. I wanted to appeal to them as a strong president who survived an assassination. But in the end, it was just a lie. A stupid lie. Oh. And the bullet in the bulletproof vest. Prepared earlier. It was not fired today.
But what about Mr. DeKiller?
It seems our plan was leaked. Someone wanted to make this fake assassination real. That's why DeKiller wore the red raincoat. He would impersonate the culprit from the plan in order to approach the president. But there's still one thing I don't understand. What's that? Why did Rook die? His death was not part of the charade, and yet it really happened. Yes, why was his life taken? Ethan was an outstanding bodyguard. Even though he wasn't from my country, he had my utmost trust. Knightley?
I wouldn't think that having the trust of a cowardly president meant that much, honestly.
Hey, that's the same sort of bond between me and Mr. Edgeworth, pal. I wouldn't put it that way. Did Rook know of your plan? Not the exact details. I asked him to cooperate, and he refused. You should have listened to his advice. Yes, indeed. I wouldn't have done all this if I had known. You're being too dramatic. What? Rook was just one piece of the president's defense. Knightley. That's... And it's not as if he cooperated with your plan. It's not as if he cooperated with your plan. I did. He ran away, taking whatever dignity he had left with him. Good riddance. Holy shit, Knightley! I know you're a valuable bodyguard, but still. I don't have time for this, sir. I am the team leader now. There's going to be a lot of changes now that the chicken's gone. Boy, Knightley, you are coloring yourself something here. After all, adaptation is the most important principle in chess. I knew you always wanted to be the team leader, but isn't this a bit imprudent? I will orchestrate even more perfect plans, just like this one. You definitely have ambition, but wasn't your perfect plan today a failure? If it weren't for you and that idiot Rook, it would have been perfect. What did Rook do? If he hadn't died, the killer wouldn't have threatened me. And you would have never set foot in this plane. Knightley, how can you say such a thing? Yeah, he did. He died trying to save you, Mr. President. Maybe he fulfilled his lifelong ambition. He died protecting the president.
Huh? But the assassination was fake, right?
Of course it was. But you need to listen closer, little girl. Remember the guy who wanted to make the fake assassination real? There were 2 gunshots at the time of the incident. The first was, as you said, I shot the balloon. But the second one wasn't me. So who fired the second shot? The real assassin. But it wasn't a killer. He intended to attack the president with a knife, not a gun. The lucky winner was the Hidden Queen. Or should I say, the lady in the coat over there.
Hey!
You're accusing Nicole, pal?
I ain't no assassin!
Really? I don't believe you. The gun that was left in the trash. That was yours, right? Oh man, Horace. I have the suspicion it's actually you since you are so, adamant towards the freaking Rook. I shot the balloon and entered the plane with Rook and the president. Rook waited in the cabin while I laid the president into the security room. When I came out, Rook was already on the ground. The bullet that lady fired must have hit him while we escorted the president to the plane. The shot was fired from the gun you found in the trash. Oh, Knightley. So, you're saying you don't know exactly when the victim was shot? A knight's job isn't to protect the Rook. It's to protect the king.
Huh.
What he's trying to say is that his job was to protect the president only. It's over if you lose the king. Checkmate. That's the first rule of chess. If you let your piece get taken right in front of you, you're not likely to win. But I did win. Look, the president is safe. Don't claim victory when the game has only just begun. Alright, Knightley. We are going to present the assassin's revolver when he talks about, where is it? Bullet that the lady fired must have hit him while he escorted the president to the plane. Pretty sure there was, oh, I guess it was fired. Nope, okay. Let's try this gun.
Objection!
Nope. I don't see the point of your testimony. Oh, and you think you aren't any better? Always rambling on and on? You're the one who can't make a straight point. You sure you have the capacity for this, mentally speaking? Okay, I could have sworn the assassin's gun was never fired. There was no contradiction. I need to calm down and think things over again. Alright. shot was fired from the gun you found in the trash. Or maybe I hit the wrong testimony. Let's try that again. Round 2. Objection! Okay, I hit the wrong one. I just knew you had to present the revolver, I just forgot which statement. So you shot the balloon and Miss Swift shot Rook. I'm making a lot of sure sound. Is that really true? I can't see it any other way. The gun we discovered in the trash was fired twice. The number of gunshots don't add up. Why don't the gunshots add up? It's simple. This gun is fake evidence, left behind by the real criminal.
Fake evidence?
Think about it. The criminal planted this for a reason. By finding the gun, we'd assume that the assassin was in the audience. In order to make us believe that the gun was used by the assassin, the gun needed to appear as if it had been fired twice.
I get it, because 2 shots were fired during the incident.
However, we've proved that the bullet that hit the balloon did not come from this gun. Therefore, I have my doubts as to whether this gun also took Rook's life. Here it comes. You're packing some serious heat. Enough with the song and dance. You've come this far. Go ahead and say it. I won't say it. I'll prove it. The one who really shot Rook is... you, Horace Knightley. Horace Knightley, you murdered Rook. You finally said it. Knightley, you couldn't have. The killer wasn't the only one who took advantage of the fake assassination plot. You intended to murder Rook and claimed he was the victim of the assassination. Once the president had entered the security room and the door to the plane was closed, only the victim and Knightley would have been left in this room. And at that moment, you fired a third bullet directly at Rook. Objection! Third bullet. Ha! Only 2 gunshots were heard. And the numbers don't match up. Objection! I gotta stop giving people German accents or fake accents. The plane's walls are soundproof if the door was closed. The gunshot would not have been heard outside.
But wasn't the president in the next room?
That's true. The president may have heard the gunshot. Mr. President, did you hear a gunshot? I didn't hear any gunshots. But weren't you watching this room through the security cameras? The cameras in this room aren't usually turned on. I turned on the power after I entered the security room.
So you didn't turn on the power immediately after entering the room?
No, actually, What is it? He's not being clear. Mr. President, focus. This is vital. Well.
Please!
I was hiding under the bed, covering my ears.
What? But you knew the assassination was fake!
Doesn't matter. I simply hate the sound of guns. That terrifying sound. I just can't help it.
That definitely ain't going in my article.
No siree. I think this courageous lion is more of the cowardly lion. Oh goodness. But, oh goodness, we're going over time now. We're gonna have to end here. I thought we were gonna finish this case in this video, but I guess it went a little over. So, we'll see the end of this case in the next video. See ya!